For an upcoming circuit and video, I wanted to connect this spade from the battery there, just this one, with a red wire there, to that screw down terminal. I want this diode OR gate here to be about this far, but it can be farther. I don't want it any closer, and so I'm going to cut off about that much wire. This tool has a little blade down there for cutting wire. It can easily cut through 16 gauge wire, as you see there. And the front of the tool has a wire stripper, and I think that might be a little too much wire, so I'm going to come back a little bit there and here as well. I probably should have stuck the tongue to the closest setting. I think we'll be alright with this. So now, instead of putting bare strands of wire in here and screwing it down, which you can do, but it's actually not good, especially with this type of block, we are going to use a ferrule connector and crimp it to the end of the wire. It looks like we have plenty of space for this one. We could probably go up one or two more sizes, but some terminal blocks, this might be as large as you can go, so just thought I would mention that. So now, you don't really want to twist the wires, but it does help if you turn them a little bit. Then if you turn the ferrule in the same direction there, it helps keep them together a little bit. So the wires are actually going in here. It is stopping when it hits the insulation. So if you got enough wires, it will stick out a little bit. You could trim it later though, no big deal. And then we got the crimping tool here. I'm off to the side trying to make sure I get a good view. So we just put it in there and squeeze till it's holding it. Now I'll make sure the wires all the way in there. Squeeze her down, and now we have our crimped connection. You can see it's pinched off there. For 16 gauge wire or smaller, a larger gauge is actually a smaller wire, we want the red female spade connector there. So now on the other side here we have a red dot, but we want to put the spade on the side where the red dot is not. As I squeeze the jaws, it will hold the spade connector in place. So now I already spun the wire. Again, we're not twisting it, we're just kind of spinning it so that it goes into the slot a little bit easier right there. And now I'm going to squeeze this shut and release. We got the one dot for red connector there, and if I tug on it pretty good, it's a solid connection. And then we just take the ferrule side right there and insert it into the screw block terminal. I want the spade connector pointing down that way right there. And then all we have to do is tighten this up. So it's best to use a Phillips screwdriver. The standard or flat screwdriver will often jump, and then like that, but bend the metal. And now we can make the connection that I want to make whenever I want. So this would probably be my final connection there. Spade connectors are usually a little tough to get on, and this one is no exception. And there we go.